In a market with limited competition, in the professional business mice segment, we found ourselves with the renewed Logitech MX Master 3S. Quite a mouthful, isn't it? If you work in the tech or business industry or spend countless of hours on your computer every day, chances are you've heard of the MX Master 3 or its older versions like the MX Master 2 or 2S. You might also have realized that there aren't many alternatives to choose from in this category. I've been using this mount for several months now, and I have a few things to say. So, let's talk. First and foremost, let's talk about design. Now, when I say design, I'm not only referring to design because despite its awesome appearance, the durability of this mouse is a bit questionable. But in terms of design in general, to begin with, it's a big mouse, which makes it incredibly comfortable to hold but not very portable to carry around. This drawback is offset by one of the best ergonomic designs I've ever experienced, even for people with small hands, like mine. The body of the mouse is primarily made of plastic, which is quite unfortunate considering its price range. Personally, I wouldn't mind it being a bit, but I mention a bit heavier if it meant using higher quality materials. But at least there are no creaky sounds around. The outer body features a smooth rubber material that feels fantastic in the hand, but again, it isn't very durable. The rubber tends to wear out quickly, developing slightly bent areas that are unacceptable, and the white color variant also has a tendency to turn yellow over time, which is nearly impossible to clean off. Now talking about buttons, we have a lot of them. We have buttons on the sides that are perfectly placed, resting right where my thumb would be, while the scrolling wheel is made up of metal, and it's great. It offers both regular scrolling and unlimited scrolling, which is a nice touch. If you don't know, unlimited scrolling is like having a scroll wheel without any friction at all. This is great for browsing or searching around big files, as you can scroll continuously non-stop. The normal scrolling wheel also feels quite interesting. It doesn't make a lot of noise and it's extremely satisfying. If I'm not mistaken, there are some magnets engineering going on over here. There are also somewhat inconspicuous buttons at the bottom, near the base of your thumb. It's not the most clickable thing in the world, but it gets the job done when you need it. One thing I forgot to mention is that there's also a horizontal scrolling wheel. It's big, it's well placed, but unfortunately it's nowhere near as close as the vertical scrolling wheel. The vertical scrolling does have friction, and it doesn't have unlimited scrolling, nor does it have any clickable scrolling. So take that into account. Now, even though the horizontal scrolling wheel isn't as great as the vertical one, overall, this is hands down the most comfortable mouse I've ever used. With handful of buttons, great placement and usability. However, the build quality leaves much to be desired and frankly, a bit unacceptable given its price point. It does feel smooth and comfortable, but it's wearing out too quickly. Moving on to usability, in general it's great, everything works great. The clicking sounds have been significantly reduced in this new version, 3S, and the mouse performs excellent overall. It also works on various surfaces, which is a definite plus. Now, in terms of battery life, it's great. You can't expect less from Logitech. Although slightly worse than my MX Master 2S, the battery still lasts an impressively long time. I really appreciate Logitech's optimization and commitment to long-lasting battery life. In fact, I've only had to change my battery in my Logitech keyboard once over the past few years of daily use. So, you can expect this mouse to last for a few months at least. The MX Master 3 has 500 mAh battery inside. It takes a few hours to charge and you're good to go for a long time. I noticed that by charging for a few minutes, you can expect a few hours of usage from this bad boy. Luckily, you can also use this mouse while charging. Now, let's talk about the mouse's software. It comes with Logitech Options Plus, and to be honest, it's a great app, but it does have its limitations though. The smooth scroll feature is great, especially for Mac users, as it significantly improved the smooth scrolling experience compared to using the mouse without the app. Finally fixing this jittery feeling I've been having with the MX Master 2 or 2S on my Mac. However, it's not without its quirks. The app has somewhat peculiar mechanism of left and right scrolling and it leaves much to be desired. It's nowhere near as smooth as the Magic Mouse. Subscribe by the way, because I'll be comparing this mouse with the Magic Mouse soon, and you'll be surprised. It's limiting in that it doesn't allow me to use my Apple keyboard to set up custom keyboard and mouse shortcuts, so I have to install better touch tools on my Mac to accomplish that. While Logitech Options Plus is one of the best softwares you can get for Logitech mouses, there's still some room for improvement. Many YouTubers praise this mouse as the best mouse for professionals out there, and to be honest, it is. But it's not without its flaws, especially considering its price point. The mouse excels in terms of usability, comfort, ease of use, button placements, flexible software for customizations, and great battery life as cherry on top. However, it doesn't offer the durability that one would expect in this price range. Sometimes it feels cheap, especially comparing to my aluminium slick Magic Keyboard. The white color quickly turns yellow with a month of use, and it shows wear and tear within just a few months. This is extremely evident when I compare my MX Master 2S, which is only 2 years old. I mean, look at this thing. Nevertheless, I still recommend buying this mouse if you are a power user, as it definitely improves productivity. Just be aware of its trade-offs and compromises.